The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Ring Gang Radio. Boy LB, Lauderdale Boss, Star Wars creator, a.k.a. So damn, I'm fucking up my own name, Shutterworth.
Yeah, my man right now is sipping slow right now, so that's the reason why, people. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right though. It's good to sip slow. I mean, sipping slow helps you get your thoughts together. You know what I mean? So so it's all good. But yeah, LB, we got 3 cards this weekend, man. You know, boxing weekend. Yes, I said weekend, man. Weekend. You know, so yeah, like, you know, the first one, which is on a Friday, you know, which is good. You know, shout out to Friday cards. You know, Friday cards make me, you know, long for the days, you know, where I used to sit down and watch ESPN Friday night fights if I didn't have any shit going on, you know, but of course that's long been off air. And then Showbox is just every now and then, it's not consistent. So yeah, just having
Showbox don't hit like Friday night fights used to, man. Let's just be honest.
Well, no, Showbox used to hit like Friday back in the day. It doesn't hit now.
Yeah. A while ago, years ago.
Yeah, no, there's not. Showbox is pretty. I mean, there hasn't been honestly, there hasn't been really any live shit on there since like fucking Ivan Baranchyk had that war with Abel Ramos. You know, that was a live ass fight. But yeah, Showbox is it's just a showcase, but nothing crazy happens at Showbox anymore. You know, but oh well. But this card though is an ESPN card, with the main event is IBF lightweight champion Richard Commey will be facing former WBO lightweight champion and veteran, you know, Ray Beltran. This fight to me has the makings of like a last hurrah, not for Commey per se. Commey's still a young fighter. I mean, win, lose, or draw, he still has, you know, I mean, he's not done yet. But for
he's still in the mix.
Yeah,
he can't get blown out though. You know, if we're talking a loss though, like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he loses badly, then you know, then you got to go to the drawing board. But his losses, well, one of them was close. The other one was I couldn't disagree with the scores, and you know it was a lot more decisive. But you know he overcame those those losses, and then on the first ESPN card of the year, on the card of Kovalev Alvarez 2, you know, he knocked out a very overmatched cat in 2 rounds, and then in the process hurting his hand to win the IBF title that was vacated by Mikey. Was it Mikey Garcia? No, it wasn't Mikey Garcia. Yeah, it was Mikey Garcia because he held that belt. So yeah, you know. So now we have, you know, this fight not only does it have a last one, but also on paper it could have like fight of the year implications. You know, because like I said, both fighters are, you know, they're aggressive, offensive fighters, very offensive fighters. I think the thing though is Beltran. Beltran is 38 years old. 38. I mean,
hard 38, like a real hard 38.
I mean, you have to say, like, this man has been in the ring with a lot of cats, you know, up and down, you know, 130 and 135, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is, you know, from Ricky Byrne to Hank Lundy to Terrence Crawford, you know, to Jose Pedraza. I mean, he's been around the block.
Sharif, Bowles, yeah.
You know, even that Asian cat, I think I remember that he traded knockdowns with. in the first
That was
round.
a good ass fight.
Yeah, that was a good ass fight too. Yeah. So I
think that was a Friday night fight.
yeah, it was. So Beltran's been around the corner, but the man is 30, and he became champion finally late in his career, last year. And of course, unfortunately, he was one and done about 6 months later. But he got himself back in the equation with knocking out Okada, and now he's getting the shot. I mean, LB, how do you see this fight going?
Oh man, if this was a prime Beltran, or even a Beltran from 3 years ago, you could say this is 50-50, maybe even 55-45 with Commey as the favorite. But now, I didn't really like what I saw from Beltran in that fight with Pedraza. He really looked like he lost a step. Like he just seemed like he went up the mountaintop and that was it. Like he just expelled everything just to get that championship, and just ain't seem like he had enough. Like he just was just off a step. Like he ain't had the snap wasn't all the way on his punches. He couldn't pull the trigger like that. He was getting beat to the punch. And that's what Pedraza, who is a technical boxer, but against a guy like Commey, who goes balls to the wall and he throws hard punches and he throws bombs and he has a chin, you can't lose a step against him. And I feel like it's an uphill battle for him. Like I like Beltran. He always gives good performances, good efforts, no matter what. But he's definitely the underdog in this one, and if he can't turn back the hands of time and really go in, I can see him being stopped maybe late. But if he could turn back the clock and go hard and show us the Beltran that we know, for years, giving us good performances and just letting the hands go, that left hook, the right hand, especially the left hook though.
Yeah, definitely the left hook.
If he can do us that, then it's a true 50-50 fight. Like how we would envision it if say it's 10 years from now we was talking about mythical matchups.
Mm.
But if not, I don't know, man. What you think, bro?
I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, Beltran, for has always been, I mean, he had suffered 2 knockout losses, but the last time he was KO'd was back in 2010. So it's been about 11 years. And considering who he's fought in the last 11 years, that's actually pretty remarkable that he hasn't been stopped, not even once. So, I mean, like I said, the man is aging, and I think where you saw slippage in the Pedraza fight, I saw slippage in the Vasquez fight. That was the fight where I saw, and it was a 10-rounder too. Like I saw, he was winning, and all of a sudden he hit the wall. It wasn't like a Vasquez was whooping his ass. It was
he couldn't finish strong in that fight. Like you seen it then. Like you absolutely right. Like you started seeing the traces in that fight.
I mean, he won that fight on 1 point on 2 of the judges' cards, and it was drawn out. Like he came very close to getting a draw on that card, on that fight.
Yeah, he barely won that shit, like skin of his teeth type of shit.
Yeah. So I think after that, and then the Pedraza fight, Pedraza he looked pretty washed up, and then so I mean we don't know if the Okada fight was just okay, like that guy wasn't really that good, and he just got rid of him. But yeah, you can't make a mistake against Commey. Commey hits too hard. He's pretty solid in his whiskers, and he has work rate.
He can technical skills too. He's not like some brawler or anything.
Right, and like I said, also too, he has an insane work rate. He's very capable of throwing a lot of punches. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, Beltran is going to have some sort of plan, like a really solid plan, a plan to at least try to bank him at least 7 rounds, 7 clean rounds.
Yeah. Or something where he could just break this guy down and maybe rally late and get a stoppage, something, because he has his work cut out, and at 38, this is a hard 38. We're looking at we mentioning all the opponents he fought who were world class, but you gotta remember that he was a chief sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao,
Right.
and he was giving good work back then, and he's just one of those guys who, how some guys they famous sparring partners, but their pro career doesn't work out like that. Like they can't get over being an opponent. Well, Beltran is different, But the thing is, he never had the machine behind him, so it's like certain fights he didn't get the decision. It was close. They go the other way, so it was good to see him win a title. Finally, it's just damn. It's like he kind of got used up in the process, and it's like he couldn't even hold on to it.
He did.
This is redemption.
The funny thing still is, even if he actually beat Pedraza, Lomachenko was winning in the wings anyway. So it's like, even if he got past Pedraza, Lomachenko probably would have had a field day with him. So it's like, there was no yellow brick road after him winning that title.
I don't think Beltran would have quit though.
Yeah, no. I
don't know if Beltran would even got knocked out by Loma.
He'd probably get broke down, he'd get stopped.
Because Beltran don't stop. Like Beltran keep coming. Like if Terrence Crawford couldn't knock out Beltran, I don't know if Lomachenko would do it. Maybe this version of Beltran.
Right.
But Prime, nah, shit. It's funny because we talking about Beltran like this, but Raymundo Beltran is one of Crawford's best fucking opponents.
That's also real talk. Like I said, Crawford right now has been beating down a lot of motherfuckers. He was the only one that didn't get beat down. Like it was a competitive fight to a degree.
Yeah. Crawford still won, but it was one of those 9 rounds to 3 type of fight where, you got a game challenger and he's going at it, but you still outclass him and you show him that there's levels. It was one of those fights. It wasn't one of those like, let me just beat your ass for 12 rounds. You ain't never stand a fucking chance type of fight. Nah.
Right. So yeah, Beltran is.
I'm hyped for this. I think it's gonna be a good fucking fight, really.
I do. I so do I. And like I said, and I would hope to, because ESPN this year has been very uneven. I would say that. Compared to its excellent last year in terms of this fight. Like last year, they did more with less. And I said this, and me and you have said this before. Like they didn't have the talent that a PBC had, or even an HBO had, but they were putting on cards and Fight of the Year candidates like every couple months or so, like easy.
Facts.
So this year I don't know what the hell is going on. Like the matchmaking has been very uneven. Like they had Kovalev Alvarez 2, and then somehow, some way, Kubrat Pulov got a main event spot on an ESPN card on national TVs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like. Yeah, it's like, and then some of the fights on paper, like the bloodbath with with Dog Bay, and then with Burchell and all that. Like I said, they were entertaining one-sided slugfest.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the fights on there haven't been where it needs to be. And I would love to. Yeah, no, like last year. So I would hope that that Beltran and this Beltran fight turns into something. Commey, some fireworks. But hey, that remains to be seen. We'll see how that goes.
And I hope the referee and the judges are on point.
Yeah.
Last boxing referees were just like on some other shit, like. I'm not even gonna go into it, but y'all can check those recent podcasts on ringgameradio.com and Podomatic and all of the others to see what we had to say about these fucking referees last week. But
Word.
I hope that's not a problem, coming this weekend with this batch of fights, because we actually have some decent matchups this weekend. So, and then Commey Beltran is one of them.
Yep, and then also too, just to get into the other one, PBC has one. I believe they're on regular Showtime. Main event is Jermall Charlo facing contender winner Brandon Adams. Now,
you mean Jermall Charlo.
Oh, Jermall, right? I said, yeah.
You said Jermall.
Yeah, Jermall Charlo. My bad. You know, and I wasn't even drinking. You know, so that's legit. That's a legit big mistake. Jermall, you know, yes, Jermall Charlo. So,
Calm Charlo.
Huh?
Calm Charlo.
Yeah, Calm Charlo. Oh man. But I mean, a couple of backstories with each of these fighters. I guess I'll start with Charlo. Now, as we all know, this dude, you know, he's been walking around with the WBC interim middleweight title for about a couple fights now, and has really made no overtures to actually try to get a fight with the WBC middleweight champion, though Canelo. Whatever. I mean, he's like the only major middleweight that has not made. I mean, you think that you see Danny Jacobs over there, because they're both advised by Al Heyman, go over, to actually, shoot a shot to get another belt and to actually get the fights. You would think that Jermall Charlo would actually go ahead and do the same thing, but no. He's just staying on the PBC cards, and he's been fighting really overmatched competition because PBC does not have any top middleweights, much less any of the middleweight champions. So that just changed today somewhat. When the WBC, in their infinite wisdom, granted Canelo, granted Canelo as a WBC franchise champion. I don't know what the fuck a franchise champion is, or why it is a franchise champion, or why is there a need for one? But I'm not gonna go into specific into that one. But
it's lame, bruh. Franchise champion, what kind of career mode shit is this?
But what happens now is Jermall Charlo now becomes full WBC middleweight champion. So this is just like some silly ass, just like what the WBA does with the super and regular. But this is almost like a similar concept that they're doing. It boggles my mind, that and because Jermall Charlo gave an interview literally just yesterday, why he wasn't bothered to to face Canelo and all that, and now we know why. Because now his middleweight title is legit, I guess, in some way.
Man, bullshit. That ain't no fucking legit title. Right now, it's I feel like there's 3 names at middleweight you gotta beat for a rep right now. You either gotta beat Andrade to show that you got next, or you gotta beat Canelo, who's the official champ, or you gotta beat Golovkin, who's the people's champ. All of those names right there, I see where they could just boost your career if you somebody in the middleweight division that you could beat one of those 3. But if you can't beat one of those 3, if you not making any headway in making a fight with those 3, then it's you wasting your time at middleweight, man. Unless you cleaning up everybody else and you fighting 3 and 4 times a year.
Right.
And we know that's not the case.
And even Charlo himself. Charlo hasn't even gone after Danny Jacobs. And then that fight, it could easily be made. But it's just
shit. That's a super middleweight fight right now. No, Jacobs is getting the 160 again, and if he does, I don't want to see it because I don't want to see zombie boxing.
Word. Oh man, but this is
Jermall, but after this cat, he need to fight somebody else, or shit, run it back with damn Corabo. shit, fucking fight the nigga Korobov just got the draw with. Shit, anybody like.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but so this fight potentially could actually be a legit world title fight, you know, and it's just like, which is unbelievable. It shouldn't be. Now, with regards to Brandon Adams, I have nothing against Brandon Adams. I mean, I watched that season of Contender, and he did his thing on there. I mean, and he ended up beating the living shit out of Shane Mosley Jr. Like, it made no sense how badly he beat him. You know, so, you know, and, you know, the thing is, you know, the winner got a ranking, and, you know, I have no problem with all that. The funny things, too, is Brandon Adams, when he was mentioned as a Triple G opponent, there was a lot of the detractors that were, you know, that were like, facing
niggas was losing their mind.
Yeah. You know, even though this dude was actually, out there fighting, like, you know, he was actually in. You know, obviously, if you didn't watch any episode of the Contender that was on Epix, then you were like, "Who the fuck is this?" You know, and then if you had watched, you know,
and you supposed to know because y'all recall Boxinko, right?
Yeah,
he won that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I mean, Brandon Adams is a solid fighter, like, you know, but. Yeah, of course he's going to be a little underwhelming for guys like Golovkin and Jermall, but he's still a solid fighter. You know, I have nothing wrong with him, but it's just with Jermall, you know, he's been at middleweight for a minute and he just can't get these bigger fights.
Right. And then he still has the Korobov fight that's still hanging over his head. You know, so it's just like, so Brandon Adams now is this, and you know, I think it's quite. I don't even think there's even a lot of hype for this particular fight, because you know the same people that were like, "Oh, Triple G is facing this guy," when Charlo was facing crickets, pure crickets. I mean, no one like there's no real buzz for this fight.
Because niggas be on some bullshit. Like everybody, it's like niggas want to play manager for boxers that they don't like, and they want to criticize, but they don't want to keep it 100 when it's for the fighters that they like, you know, that they root for and they fans of. You know, that's what it comes down to. Just keep it real. Just like how you had people complaining about roles for Golovkin, but these same people were stargazing and happy for the Rocky Fielding fight for Canelo.
Right.
Both were underwhelming, shitty fights. You know, both were, you know, a step down for these guys, but you know, it is what it is. Now I know Jermall ain't established as a Canelo and Golovkin, so okay, Brandon Adams don't look as bad as, you know, for him. But if Jermall is trying to take that next big step to be, you know, a superstar and be that guy at middleweight, you know, you got to have a better opponent, you know, than Brandon Adams.
Right. I completely agree. With that being said, man, I do think that Brandon Adams will come to fight. I mean, there's no question about that. Just how he fought in the Contender, he will come to fight. But I think he'll probably get caught up in the moment of this fight, and you know, I expect Charlo to win this one pretty easily. If he doesn't, that's even gonna be a more serious problem.
I don't know if he's gonna win that shit pretty easily. I think he's gonna get, you know, roughed up a little bit, because Brandon Adams kind of reminds me of like a better punching Tim Bradley. So I feel like he's gonna throw some hands. He's gonna get in there and rough up Big Charlo, and if Charlo could, you know, could get that jab going and kind of set the distance from him, he could probably, you know, pick him off with something big or run him into another one of those damn tiger uppercuts.
Now, I don't know. I mean, Brandon Adams, he does have a loss to Willie Monroe Jr., a clear one at that point. Yeah. So it's not. I mean, usually Willie Monroe can't really. I mean, he's not a puncher, but he can box, and you know, he boxed Brandon Adams head up. That's how I see it.
Willie Monroe back then was like, you know, on the come up. Like he was a better, you know, let me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. He was more
you know,
he was more highly touted back then.
yeah, like if you would have lost to the damn Willie Monroe we have within the last couple years, then that's a lot worse. Then so,
right.
But I feel you. You got to still take that into account. But I don't think Willie Monroe and Jermall, their styles are kind of different. But you right though. You right. It's something to think about. But I think Adams probably improved from then. We'll see. But I still think Jermall should win this.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up for Adams, a significant setup. But yeah, Charlo will probably win this, and then afterwards we'll be left wondering what the fuckery is with that middleweight title. It's unfortunate that the title fuckery is it's taking center stage for this fight. But what can you do? It's boxing in 2019.
Nah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit because as soon as he get the title, he's gonna be fighting mandatories and a bunch of other the same type of opponents he's been fighting. So what's the point of even getting a title?
Right, and this is something that Canelo should be fighting. But obviously, I think but this this new title, stops him from actually having to go fight mandatories.
Yeah, so it's like, what's up? It just allows Canelo to just pick and choose and make super fights or alleged super fights, because we know super fights don't exist anymore in boxing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. It's like, what's the point? Especially middleweight is too loaded, and it's too, it's top heavy. Like we all know who the standouts are. So it's like, if you're not gunning for those three, like I said earlier, it's just. You just biding your time, I guess. I mean, you chilling.
Yeah, that's all you can do. If you're not, especially if you're not aggressive. So.
Or on the zone.
Right. But yeah, I do. I mean, it'll probably be a good TV fight for as long as it lasts. So
yeah, I definitely want. I mean, Charlo's a must-see TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna get like a knockout. You're gonna get a fuckery, post-fight interview. You're gonna get something, worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to miss one of those epic Charlo knockouts.
No, you don't.
But Brandon Adams, I hope he tries to, he bring it. Because I don't think he's gonna lay down and be a walk in the park for Charlo. So I hope, like you said, we get a real good TV fight out of this.
Yep. And which brings us to our last and final fight, which will be Demetrius Andrade versus Maciej? It's something Polish. I always forget the pronunciation. Maciej Sulecki. And this will be Andrade will be defending his WBO middleweight title for the, second or third time? No, second time. Which he won last year, which I was in the house for. And I am now also going to be in the house for this. So this is, so happy days, I get to attend the fights with this in my home base. So you can tell I'm super excited.
Ring gang in the building.
Ring gang definitely is in the building. And so with regard to this, I mean, actually Demetrius Andrade has had, a very up and down career, more downs than up though. Obviously dude is talented and everything like that. But for a minute he was following the Winky School of Business for a little bit, He gained momentum, and then afterwards he set himself a couple steps back. And it's only within I would say the zone. Like if you want to point to how the zone can help a fighter, all you do is just look at Demetrius Andrade.
Yes, keeping him active. Headlining cards.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely been. The zone been good to him. So far he's been good to them back. He's been putting on good performances. Nothing that's just, blowing me away, but nothing that's like, oh my God, he's boring, get him off. Like,
mm-hmm.
He's been doing his, low-key doing his thing, and now he's getting probably one of the better opponents of his career in Sulecki. Because Sulecki's no joke.
Yeah, Sulecki is a tough guy. He is an incredibly tough guy. He's known for his fights with Danny Jacobs, which he lost. Was it a unanimous decision?
I think it was, but it was a competitive close fight though. Like, and what really won that fight for Jacobs was that knockdown late in the fight.
Yep.
Like knockdowns be saving Jacobs in these
right?
These Europeans, man. Because what was his name? Dervianchenko was the same way. Like another close competitive fight where a knockdown kind of like, gives him that boost, and you're like, okay, yeah, I got no problem with Jacobs winning. But yeah, Sulecki had a good accounting of himself, and if you knew who Sulecki was going in that fight, you knew he was going to have a good accounting of himself with Jacobs, because he pitched a shutout on Hugo Cintillo.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one-sided ass fights.
Yeah, that was one fight, and then he knocked him out in the last round. And then Sulecki's last time out was almost a fight of the year type caliber brawl against Gabriel Rosado, in which there was 4 knockdowns in the fight, 2 on each. And honestly, I think that fight really swayed the opinion that Sulecki should be next in line to face Andrade, who of course has his own issues, and try to find someone who, find someone to actually fight. So
and somebody who's decent, like somebody that can move his career forward.
Exactly.
For the most part, Andrade been fighting the same level of opponents, in 2 different divisions. He's one guy I could say that Canelo been ducking in 2 different divisions.
Right. And then with Andrade too, I mean, obviously he was going to have that quote unquote legacy fight against Billy Joe Saunders, but unfortunately, Saunders popped dirty, putting that whole fight in the bushes. It's unfortunate. So yeah, like I said,
right on the cusp.
Exactly. Tickets for that shit too. I'm still pissed. But yeah, man. Hopefully we do get something. I mean, it'll be live on DAZN. If obviously, if you don't live around the home base of the Dunk or Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, if you are, if you have nothing going on or whatever, or you're not interested in the Showtime card, hey, go watch it on DAZN or come see it live. That's where I'm gonna be. Let's say, you see a cat looking like the second coming, as I like to say, well, that's me. So,
if you see somebody who look like an Anthony Joshua fan, yeah, it's this guy. Yeah.
Let's see, LB said it with some hate and sarcasm in his voice right now. Don't mind this nigga right now.
Don't think you could take him now. Don't think you could be Andy Ruiz to him now. I ain't say all that. I'm just saying, that's him.
Stupid. But I'm like saying. I mean, hopefully, like I said, on paper that that fight will deliver. I mean, Sulecki's last fight, I mean, it was a barn burner too. So he's definitely not afraid to catch wreck. So that's what I'm hoping that will actually happen.
And honestly, it's the most I would say it's probably the most even card, main event, all the matchups we talked about tonight. It's the most even card as far as opponents.
Right.
We know Andrade is super skilled, super talented. He has the perfect attribute. He got all the attributes you want for a fighter. If you was to make a creative boxer right now, and you was like, let me go middleweight, and you're like, okay, damn, 6'1". Skills is up there. Quick, he got fast, he speed, he got power, he got defense, agility, he got punch. He's he got everything you want. But it just, we haven't seen him operate at that top level. And
right.
Him, being in obscurity for a while, and now he on the right track, and now he's got a guy like Sulecki who, been around the block. and he's fought world class opposition, and we know what level he's at. You know, but is he at a level where he can challenge Andrade, or is Andrade at a level where he can show that he's better than the Danny Jacobs and really outclass this guy?
Well, that remains to be seen, and you know.
Any prediction?
I mean, my prediction right now is probably that Andrade will probably win by a decision. Will probably win like a 116, 112 type of decision.
Wow, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go even better, man. I think Andrade by the mid-round knockout.
Well, that's pretty aggressive. I mean, I can see that, you know, but I just think Andrade won't turn it into second gear, because that's what something he hasn't been doing. Like going to second gear to actually, like, you know, to do something about it. So
I think his first gear is gonna just overwhelm Sulecki early, and he's gonna hurt Sulecki, and Sulecki's he's not gonna be like that Walter cat. He's not gonna turn it around. Like, I don't think he's gonna tough it out to see the distance. I think, you know, he's just gonna get boxed up and beat up. But I feel like he's gonna give a good account of himself. But I feel like Andrade is just on another level. The talent, all that shit's gonna click. And I feel like he needs to make a statement, man. He has to make a statement. So
exactly,
the statement would be to get this guy out of there, you know.
And that is
so Andrade by KO.
Yeah, that's definitely real talk. So yeah, that brings us to, you know, end of our show, our recaps for the fights that are coming up this weekend. LB, do you have any final thoughts?
Man, nigga, you off today? This nigga said the recap for the fights coming up this week.
Oh, did I say recap?
Oh, yeah, it's a
preview. Oh shit!
I'm about to be like, oh man, like, yo, so
because we did that shit, because we did the recaps fucking yesterday, so it's just like,
yeah, everything on your mind, because you about to make me just switch over and be like, all right, so. Yo, who would have thought Beltran had one more great performance, bruh? Like, I can't believe he had the damn knockout in the 11th round. Like, my goodness, Doug, who man? I can't believe Jermall got up from that knockdown and he stopped Brandon Adams. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yo, if all these shits happen, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, right. Boxing in 2019 is just on some, you know, on some next shit.
Oh man. And so if Jermall gets dropped, you heard it first.
Right. Oh man. Oh, boxing, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. But yeah, you know, yeah, but any other final thoughts?
Nah, it just kind of feel bittersweet. I feel like we just ran through these fights so fast, and I just feel like, damn, like, I know these fights are decent, but it just feel like there's something empty about it. Like we missing like another, like we missing a real fucking top level fight or something, like something that we could have really just sunk our teeth into. Like, I feel like the Andrade Sulecki fight's like a little tease.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, you know, good podcast. We killing shit, my nigga. Ringgangradio.com. Y'all check us out. Y'all check out that Thurman Pacquiao highlight video we doing, bars and boxing. Y'all make sure y'all follow Ring Gang TV on Twitter. Shout out to Prolific.
Yes.
Got all these highlight videos, man. We killing it, bro. We got the history of the lineal heavyweights in video form, you know. So all the heavyweight champions, the man who beat the man, got it from 1885 all the way up to 2019. So
right.
all that dope shit, you know. Just Ring Gang forever. We killing it. It's the real takeover. It's everything, you know. We not trying to just do one thing. It's not just podcasts. We bigger than that. It's all of that shit.
Right.
Podcasts and music, everything. The videos, the training,
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Oh, and then GOAT Artist album available on all streaming platforms.
Hey.
Shutterworth. Shout out Sincere Noble. But yeah, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, then my final thoughts are obviously the podcast, or 2/3 of the podcast, they are now shared on YouTube, and then they'll sync over into our various other places, like Podomatic and anything like that. So yeah, make sure you go check those out. I will share those obviously as soon as I can. And I mentioned before, I'm going to be in the house for, Andrade and Sulecki. So if you're in there, see me, say what's up, come up to me, shake my hand, dap me up or whatever. Ring gay. And I think those are my thoughts, nothing really detailed or anything like that. So it's all good, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this has been a great episode of Real Talk, where as always, shit's real, we talk about it. For myself, Patscorpio, the New representative, for LB, Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT Artist, we out of here, and we'll catch up to you with a recap, not a preview, a recap next week.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Peace.
Peace.